What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another match here on TCGU University for the card game UniVersus. My name is Tam, and today we're going to be having a bit of a fight. This is Tim Keefe versus Salinka, Tim Keefe versus Sophitia, a good deck versus an Earth deck. A life deck versus an earth deck, excuse me. I'm just messing all over the place. Sophitia is James's favorite character inside of Standard currently, just because of the massive amounts of control that she has. Tim Keefe is one of the staple pillars of the format. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and chit-chat a little bit about what each of these characters wants to do, right? So we'll talk about Sophitia since you got to go first. Sophitia says that she gives any attack +2 or -2 speed. +2 or -2 speed, and if you interact with the block, or if it deals less than parented damage, she's going to be committing selective cards. Whereas Tim Keefe makes playing cards excessively easy, as well as making the better cards that he plays. And to Free Love in the chat, I thought this was the best characters bracket. This bracket was, hey, I want you as the TCGU crew to make the best deck you possibly could. And so this is the Sophitia deck that James would be playing if we were playing tournaments right now. He'd be absolutely crushing it. Looks like Tim Keefe comes in and blocks with one of his 2 Dark Cherry Toes. I think that's going to be a really important piece when it comes to playing against this Cassandra deck. Find a couple throws, and then hit your Dark Cherry Toes and just nuke her that way. Okay, it looks like Sophitia, I'm going to say Cassandra 1,000 times. It looks like Sophitia has kind of built 3 assets and 3 foundations. Not a great spot for Sophie to be in. Holding the Nightmare Terrors so that we know if a missile launcher or Nutcracker is coming, and we just get to pretty much auto block that for free, as well as revoke and a reversal. And to Tim Keefe's build turn, he's kind of built in a little wonky. Man, if you look at that, we didn't commit any cards as we build somehow 6 cards because of the amazing ability of twice per turn. After you play your cards in what would be normally out of order, you get +2 to your check.
If I could kill you, we would have tried.
We feel in a better place now.
I don't know about that,
Okay. As we move on to Sophitia's turn, it looked like she built Manifestation, which is one of Sophitia's strongest tools. This card says if you accidentally check a 3 for your response check a 4 ability, you can commit it. Manifestation says that your opponent commits a card, and then Sophitia says you commit a card. So committing Manifestation and passing the check with Sophitia says they commit 2, and then if the attack deals less than its printed damage, you commit another one. So Sophitia plus Manifestation says commit 3 of your opponent's pieces. Card's crazy. Looks like we have a Nutcracker on the field, which is not that great versus Sophitia. Just strictly based on what we're seeing here. I will say, though, Tim Keefe has got one hell of a power flip turn set up because of Bastion Stance as well as Fusion Refusal. We have 2 Bastion Stances and 2 Fusion Refusals in our card pool and /or staging area. So those are some really big power plays that we can have with power flip, pun intended.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the only time it matters,
it's supposed to be like this.
the only time it matters in front is because you're Cassie and you want more damage.
Yeah.
In this position, it doesn't hurt you. It only helps you because if you need to, you check well.
I'm sorry, what did you do?
-2 speed.
Oh.
So it's -1 damage, -2 speed so far.
Okay.
-1 damage with Sophitia, -2 speed. It's possible we might just eat the 3 damage here in order to commit a couple of cards, but that doesn't really make sense for
I have an owl shield.
us
Here,
to.
owl shield.
We might block.
Bad check.
This is
Because
interesting.
we both rip bad checks. I mean, right?
I actually think using our Black
Sounds
Bear
good for
Diner
you,
to
but
reset our Passing the Torch
playing
might be a
false-
really cool play
playing your false
because
card
of the
and
fact that it
all.
is
Like, you do
sealed.
that.
When it leaves and it comes back, it
Oh.
will come back.
Seal. I did that. I can't do that. I'll pass.
Okay.
We'll take 3 and commit the Bastion stance.
So the other thing about this, us attempting a power flip
Cherub.
play here, is the fact that if the Bastion stance that has
reverse
been
one,
committed leaves due to the effect and it comes back, I don't believe you will be able
Stun
to.
one.
What? Sorry, what?
I'm responding with
Re-ready
Keefe
your
and then
stuff.
committing
okay,
one
yeah,
to make the
yeah,
check.
So you use it.
Okay, so we have a Cherub Cyclone. This is
That's
one of
good.
Jeff's absolute favorite attacks in the entire game. He throws this in pretty much every deck that he can.
Yeah. no
Stun 1, and then
No.
if the next one deals less than, gain 2, and then +3 damage.
Choose whatever you want.
Kind of doesn't feel very good versus.
That's fine, but then I can Bastion stance it.
Kind of doesn't feel very good versus someone like Sophitia because of the fact that we don't want it to do less than printed damage because of Sophitia getting to now trigger her ability.
It won't work. It won't work the way you want it to. But
What do you mean?
If you try
You'll
to- if you
lose
try to
your
make that-
manifestation.
if you try to make that turn that way, it's not going to work the way you want it to. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna do it anyway, so
Good.
I'll just use Cherub Cyclone.
Mine seems to be Sophitia.
Oh, you just Blackbeard, huh? I get it.
Yeah. And you have no Bastion stance.
So
targets.
they're sitting here complaining about this manifestation that is on Sophitia's board, but Tim Keefe has the ability to seal a second card right now. So we could just seal the manifestation.
Sure. For 2 to 1 push.
Cheers.
Using one of the... I very much feel a power flip coming. There we go.
Yours.
We'll pass.
And
There's no reason for us not to stun one right now. Okay, here's the card on Sophitia's turn. I have to pull up my list of DLC cards that are not on UFS Ultra.
3.
So here is Raptor Rush. This card is absolutely fantastic inside of Sophitia. So it is a 4 high for 6, a 6 high for 6 in Sophitia that says if it's not blocked, or if it deals damage, my opponent's going to be, their next attack is pretty much going to be useless. Not to mention Sophitia's minus of damage. Like, this card is fantastic. We are committing all of Tim Keefe's options.
Yep.
On 5.
Wowzers, what a card to have checked. You checked a future pool side date, which says what's on top of your discard pile. It's gain 2. And so we have the Raptor Rush. We've got +2 speed on it. If it deals less than printed, we're going to be committing extra stuff. If it's not blocked, we're going to be making my opponent's next attack not count, or not, basically useless because of the lack of speed. Not to mention Sophitia's -2 speed. Card's fantastic. Remove the committed card for Black Bear Diner, and it will come back in ready and unsealed.
Go change the zone of the next attack played to any other zone, and then reduce the speed of your next attack to 0.
Oh, the other thing is it does reduce this. It changes the zone of the attack, so we just change it to whatever zone we want it to. Man, this card's nutty. And not to mention, whenever we have the Owl Shield out, we also get an extra +2 damage on it. So it's actually a 6 high for 8. inside of Sophitia that if they block it, they are going to be committing more foundations. And it's not even foundations that they want to have committed, or they're okay with having committed. Sophitia is the one who's going to be committing them. I am surprised that we're not doing a bunch of checks with our sense of morals. These cards are being committed due to card effects, even if it is my character.
Flip will both come in face up. Yours.
We got a comment in the chat. Use Bakery Pro Circle, then block. It really just depends on if is not taking the 8 damage worth it. Like, if we're just building here, I'm not even sure we need to block. Or we play the Akimbo and then just try and draw more cards.
Oh, shit.
4, 5, 6. Checks a 5. Commit 1 for 6, or respond to Tim Keefe and do it again. I'm not positive this is the best play, but it's certainly a play.
I'm pretty sure this is right.
Okay.
I'll check on Akimbo draw. Sure.
This is all dependent on this check. So we get to draw twice more.
Oh, sorry. It's a
We
low.
did find a power flip. I think the big thing here is the fact that we haven't been using the sense of morals to re-ready our stuff. Everything that's committed there except for the Dark Side of Karma can be re-readied. I still have this up on the screen. My apologies. Let's go ahead and jump to the Akimbo.
Draw card.
Yeah.
Yours.
Oh, I'll give it 3 damage with this stuff.
Okay.
Pass.
It's gonna get
we'll both commit a face up.
maybe this is the play he was doing, but if so, this play does not feel very strong. And now you sense of morals to ready a card back.
You said it's a low?
Yeah. It's 0 low for 9 right now. It's gone.
I think I'll save that.
So our options here are we could flip the Dark Side of Karma to put it back to printed, but us knowing what's in James's hand, that's a bad play.
Nah, whatever. We'll use it.
Printed?
Yeah. This is only a hindsight ability.
Zero.
Yeah, I thought I was just gonna make you use it in case you had a different low block.
Respond player reversal.
Okay. Nouveau Soleil.
6.
There's another reversal that we have played, but it fails, and so we don't even have to worry about it. It's cool.
6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
Okay. So now we get to play with the real kids.
I will stun 1.
This is a pretty cool play from Tim Keefe, but we might be just overextending just a little bit. We are going to get to build down 2, if we remember our sense of morals, 3 foundations. This would have actually been really, really devastating if like we had been kept up on our sense of morals triggers. Because the double bastion stance. Ooh. Okay, okay.
I had my own hope.
Significant. Now I'm very glad we did not use the bastion stance to add the cards up. Now I'm super, super happy. Otherwise, this game would probably be just over for Tim Keefe. takes the 5, goes to 18, and is honestly just pretty jolly about it. From here, I don't know what Tim does. We could sit here and just build.
Just seems unrealistic.
But we already have 4 attacks in our card pool that count towards progressive, so we get to build maybe like a 1 diff and then pass. And then Sophitia's +2 speed on everything says that card's not going to matter. So this is on a 6 now. Checks a 5, commit your Tim, and then be good. Okay,
But all
moving
dealt
into
damage, not this.
Sophitia's turn. We are living on 6 foundations. Tim Keefe, one of our best defensive resources, has been committed. We no longer get to seal anything. Sophitia can easily find this 12 damage, even just playing this shotgun. Shotgun having plus being at 6 speed is just truly devastating. So we just we play a couple foundations, we play the shotgun, we kill them. Easy. The thing we have to get around is making sure that my opponent can't use the elk shield in their staging area. So as long as you can get rid of that, we'll be fine. Which they'd have to hard check the 6 because we could flip with our own elk shield in the staging. We could be going for a kill here, actually. That could be a thing that we're doing. We could play the shotgun right here and go for the kill. The question is do we think... Yep, there it is. On an 8. Checks a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
But poster goal is a good point. We do have to play this in the correct order.
First hands. Both coming face up.
Good. All we do here
All since one.
to get rid of the poster girl is actually Black Bear Diner it away.
You can ready the one.
If we Black Bear Diner his
Oh.
poster girl, we win.
Then I don't want to do that. I thought I couldn't.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, I just
Okay.
Like, I was really confused because, like, the entire game, you can ready off of Sophitia stuff.
Oh.
I was wondering why you did. I thought you were doing it so that way I didn't just recommit it and you didn't have it again. You're waiting to, like, now I'll play the power flip, ready this, stuff it in, do cool thing, and I'm just
It's
like,
awkward. All right.
just didn't do it. I was just like really confused.
All right, it
Uh,
sounds
wait,
like
no,
Jeff
it's still
just
my
didn't
hands.
know that he could ready stuff off
I
of Sense of
will-
Morals, but that's just like
I'll lose a Bastion stance.
Bit of
so
an
you
issue.
can know
Oh, yeah, sure.
it. Yours.
Yeah, apparently. If you want to toss a couple of James Sucks in the comments or in the chat, we can just say that they're for Jeff this time. Jeff Sucks.
Give it.
Now I'll use the Sense of Morals.
That's a good question. We have to Black Bear Diner that Baker poster girl away, or else we lose this. We haven't played 3 enhances yet, have we? We flipped and then gave damage. That's it. We have to play the 3rd one.
Bakery.
Yeah. Okay. My name's
Bash.
all right. Now we can
No.
actually put the James Suckses in the chat.
Let's use one with nature.
That's what happens when we throw games.
It's like extra review stuff, you know.
Check for damage.
Pass.
Just be Sophia. Just
I thought you already did it. Oh, okay.
What am I doing? Feel if it's okay, man.
Yeah, cool.
in case you check bear, the 2 sweet bear.
What just happened? Wait, what just happened? I turned away and I missed it. How did that game end? Oh, he checked a 3? That shouldn't have mattered. It had... He tried to block with stop? I'm sorry, what? Why didn't you just... What? Huh. Well, I guess it was a better play if everything worked out. But I guess I won't agree with it. And we will go to game 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another match here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and we're in game 2. Super exciting. I get to move this over just a little bit. Hey, that looks better. Okay, so we just got done with game 1. Tim Keefe. Tim Keefe ended up...
Ooh, called it.
Tim Keefe ended up not quite winning game 1 due to a poor misread of an optimal stop play. And honestly, due to not understanding how his cards work against the character Sophitia. And so, as we move in, Tim looks like he's had a pretty solid build 1. And Sophitia is going in and building 3 foundations and an asset, being totally fine. Sophitia's the queen at blocking whatever she wants, man. And then Tim Keefe says that my opponent's staging area is pretty bunked. So we're just going to see. It doesn't look like there's a ton of relevant foundations in Tim Keefe's staging area currently. He's got a lot of really good aggro tools, but and maybe the aggro rushdown might be what Tim Keefe needs in order to win the match. But we'll see what he decides to play.
We're gonna get lucky, I believe. Nutcracker.
Alright, decides to play the Nutcracker. A really strong card inside of Tim Keefe just because of how it interacts with how his character works. Being able to...
No. See, seal the passing the torch.
Just because of being able to add a foundation into his card pool.
Anything?
Ooh, being able to add a foundation into his card pool so that Tim Keefe's response twice per turn can go off a little easier.
It's not good.
Hopefully we find some cool tools that we're allowed to use. This music's very upbeat. Sophitia has the option to use this block. It's a pretty good choice.
I didn't even do anything.
Pass.
I'll use fusion refusal.
So knowing what's in
use one with nature.
In Tim Keefe's hand,
Respond.
the play here is going to be we're going to be playing an akimbo. Excuse me. And just drawing additional cards. That is the play. So the akimbo is going to be on a 6 because of the fact that fusion refusal doesn't count as progressive. For anybody who's new to UniVersus, anytime that you play a card into your card pool, the card is actually tougher to play based on the number of cards inside the card pool. So if you look at the akimbo, its difficulty is 4, and there are 3 other cards in front of it. So it'd be a 4 plus 3, so on a 7. Well, because of the way that fusion refusal works, it doesn't count. So what we actually have is a 6. And then with the way that Tim Keefe works, because of the fact that he is playing the akimbo and it is a higher difficulty than the 1 of the fusion refusal, he's going to get +2 to his check. So even though he checked a 2, Tim Keefe responds and makes it check a 3, and now we only have to commit 1 foundation with the fusion refusal in our staging area. Basically, we found a really easy block, or a really easy card to be played, even though it kind of
also fails. Yours.
Man, this is really bad breaks for Tim. Even though even though he definitely is not supposed to be able to be this far ahead while checking this
Pretty
poorly.
awesome. How did this end up over here again?
For Tim Keefe. Because you can only use it twice.
Here's
How do you get 5 damage?
use its ability.
Oh, yeah. Climb there. Oh, my man, how'd that get so big? So confused.
So this is a pretty easy block off of
Damn.
Tim Keefe. And the big thing here, as we're watching, so Sophitia opted not to block the low attack. Even if she blocked with a mid, she would have just committed out
Is it more
the
than
entire staging area, right?
So it's on a 6 because it's +2. So 1. Oh, 3. For some reason I was thinking 2.
Dividing the 3 by 3?
Even in the
No, I was
half
thinking
block.
2 for some
So
reason.
it kind of should have told Tim Keefe, Jeff, the Tim Keefe player, that the block inside of Sophitia's hand was a high block.
When I checked the 2 and had to commit the manifestation, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to check another 3.
What does Jeff do now? We've only used Tim Keefe once. And so we could respond on a 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could play a missile launcher here and just blow him out. It's an extra 10 damage that we get to have. 10, 11, 12 damage if we hit... the reason that this is inside, the 2 checks are inside of Sophitia, is because the 2 check that we're playing is Rose Whiplash, and if you can happen to get Rose Whiplash off with Sophitia like working, it's actually just like not fun. Just block reversal and then pick up one of the 4 Raptor Rushes you have in your discard pile, and then just like auto block that, commit a bunch of their cards, and then do stuff. Like this card's actually really, really silly inside of this character, as long as you can make it work. It could be a little bit greedy, I agree, but when it works, it's crazy, actually crazy. It's one of the most annoying parts about this deck, truly, is you can just block everything for free and then reversal, and then all your reversals are like unblockable because of how Sophitia works.
On a 6. Sure, respond. 6.
Okay,
2.
one of these did not deal damage, one of them did.
Your turn.
Those cards were not built. So we got a build 1 or build 2 to happen on that turn. We chunked Sophitia for quite a bit of damage. I actually think that was a fairly successful turn for Tim. My big issue here is, what defensive options do we have in case Sophitia pops off, right?
Card on your board. We don't have a fucking bastion stance.
Humphreys, Spiders, and Dragons is fine.
Get rid of the Wild Nature. Just making things hard to block is unfair for me.
Okay, it looks like we have Angel
I would
Discus.
like to
This is
block.
only at a
Sure,
2 of
sure.
inside of
That's unfair, yeah. Got me right there, man. Yep.
Angel Discus is only at a 2 of, but this is one of those cards that is really, really good inside of Sophitia, just based on a fact that we play it. It's a 5 mid for 3 with multiple
What if I
1,
didn't have that -2
and then
speed,
we
huh?
just pick it up, and if they
What?
interact
Then
with it
it'd
at
be
all, we're just going to be
unfair.
committing their whole
Then
staging
it
area.
would be unfair.
And then -2 speed,
Because
and then we
you
block
do.
with
But
it.
then
So
in
it's
my case, it
basically a
doesn't do
1
anything.
mid block that
That's
just
fine.
Here, we'll play
auto
an entire
block
game
stuff.
where you don't seal my things, I don't seal your things. Is that fair?
What's your first name?
Oh, yeah, that's I'll add it back.
he's going to get +3
I'll
speeds with
steal your
6 mid for
package.
3. Crazy.
Plus one's
I have a history question. Has Jeff ever beaten James in a match where James is playing super defensive? I haven't watched enough of these. Honestly, I don't know. That is an interesting thought. Maybe it might be a bit of an issue of Jeff just doesn't play well against good defense. Checking double Raptor Rush there is really hurtful. Let's say this. Maybe, Free Love, he hasn't, unless it was something that was crazy hyper aggressive, like a Hellfire deck or something. Something that was fairly straightforward in its aggressiveness.
You probably have the answer.
I have the answer to everything. Life's problems.
19 vitality is quite a bit to get through. There are 3 cards inside of Sophitia's hand, one of which is a perfect block. He's gonna have -2 speed on everything that happens. I think James is like in a really solid position, like a really solid position to clutch this game out as well. We could sit here and literally just play 3 damage attacks until we're blue in the face, and be fine with it. And honestly, because we found the Owl Shield, they're no longer going to be 3 damage, they're going to be 6 damage. So they're going to be 6 mid for 6s. As you sit here, Jeff contemplates what he has to do. I believe Sense Morals is a fantastic answer. It's one of the reasons that Sophitia has such of a perceived weakness, is because of how strong that card is versus her. Okay.
I'll start by sealing the passing the torch.
Interesting. Making sure that we don't hit the block.
Let's play a fair game, Jeffrey.
What are you gonna do?
-2 speed, Jeffrey.
Okay.
I'll stun one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I would
I'll use
have.
fusion or it's your sorry.
-1 speed.
Yeah.
That one's just 1, Jeffrey.
I'll use the fusion.
Yeah.
Yours. I have an instinct, so we will use the Owl Shield. Come on down, my homies.
Yeah, I don't have a roll for that
Bringing
one.
the homies home.
Yeah, I know, right? I wish.
Okay, so this is a pretty good play. The question is do we add the Manifestation up to the card pool again?
2 in hand.
It seems
that
like a
block?
no-brainer to keep him off of
Why?
Foundations.
Why would you block this?
It's currently a 2 high 4/7. Just given everything -3 speed is like so hard for an aggressive deck to recover from
my
this.
sword and I went. Ha! There's another one.
My issue here is
The motherfucking stop. Shouts to the weekend.
we have a missile launcher in hand,
You know he watches this.
and
For sure.
this thing is
Really been
like
lucky getting
9 times out of 10 gonna get full blocked. I mean, it's a 2 high,
I'm
right?
He's a real big fan of My Hero.
Pass.
Okay, there's the full block.
4 or 5. Breaker launcher 4. Commit the bastion.
Make sure you only pick the fusion refusal.
As we block with the Angel Discus, it is Breaker 1.
Can we win?
I mean, if you can kill me, you kill me. Yeah, Breaker 1. Don't worry about that. Don't want to check.
He has to have.
The Fusion Refusal, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I know you do.
I'm only counting 17.
Because
18.
your deck's
I guess it's
very good kill
19
potential. All lies
damage,
in.
as long as we don't have a
That
partial
means
block,
he already
right?
knows, so I'm not even gonna try.
And then I debated him out of trying.
Missile Launcher has 19 damage, but it has
Is that
0
this game
speed, right?
Alright.
And so
You're saying I should try.
You know, Dave Wagner once said that Omaha has a problem with going for the kill.
Oh.
But I will guarantee you, I have a low block in hand.
Alright, yeah, I'll take your guarantee.
It's just really funny.
yeah,
2. Got it.
I don't know.
Just
I
like,
would throw
he
the
has
Missile
to have,
Launcher
I was like,
here,
Yeah, I have to have a low block.
but
You're like, no, he knows.
I mean -3 speed on the Missile Launcher. It's a 0 low for whatever. So even a partial block, he could have a garbage mid block and it'd be fine. The other option that we have here is we increase the speed by 4, and then we guarantee hit them with just a little bit of damage.
Maybe this time when I play an attack, I'll use passing the torch first. I'll discard this little block. Was that the low? Or is this low?
I don't know. It would have been close. Would it have been close? Would it have been close? Do you know what the next card was?
Okay,
you
but that is not a timeline that we live in. So let's look at what Sophitia is doing. It looks like Sophitia is drawing nothing.
You would have been.
You have not drawn a single attack card. So from here, we're just going to continue to build and just set up a good, solid defensive wall. Just make sure that
Easy.
everything that we
He has a missile launcher.
Yes.
James hurry up and do something. Yeah. I think all three of these cards advance our game state. We have Templar in hand. We could even honestly build the last one.
Okay, this time I sort of purposely into one I didn't psychologically, unconsciously.
Yeah, it looks like we do have the low block and a Templar because he knows how potent the low attacks inside of Tim Keefe are. I'm pretty sure we have 2 momentum and Dark Cherry Toe could be live. I think there's actually a ton that we could have happen here.
Snap.
Sophitia is at exactly 10 foundations.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry
Yeah.
for the yawn.
The stupid card.
And
6-speed angel disc edge.
Cherub.
Yeah.
Cyclone.
Cherub Cyclone getting in that poke damage unless he found another Angel Discus. This is
I'm
guaranteed
gonna
to
start.
hit.
You know my first enhance.
Did I guess correctly? Dan?
Yep.
Yeah,
guess
sealing the
mine?
passing torches is very strong
Minus
here.
Nice. Stun 1.
Is it one? You get to ready this one. Don't worry. Oh wait, you don't. Sorry, you don't.
What are you talking about?
You don't get to ready it. It's not this.
Oh.
You definitely get to ready it.
It's something you don't care about.
You definitely get to ready it.
It doesn't matter. I don't have anything cool to ready anyway. It's fine.
Okay. James over here lying to
I'll
the
use
kid.
Hell's Reach yours.
Oh, you ready, Hell's Reach?
Yep.
Yeah, minus 3
I'll
speed.
use
We don't
Sheriff
care about this just because it's a throw.
Shows
We
me.
got the extra stun.
Check a good check on
We do get to re-ready up our fusion refusal. I think we obviously do it. I think you obviously just re-ready the fusion refusal. There's just no reason not to. Here's what I would have done. I'd have actually committed not fusion refusal. I'd have committed one of the face downs and been like, I'm gonna ready this thing as sit or the fallen angels, and like that's just its job now. Is it just gets to re-ready forever. Interesting that we're opting to pass this. Plus 3 more damage. I guess getting in as much damage as possible, us not knowing that they have the Templar. This says that we have the power flip in hand. Which, if we have the power flip in hand, committing the fusion refusal was the worst play we could have done.
On a 2. On a 2. Draw 2, gain 2.
Draw 2, gain 2, putting us to 21. Proceeds to take 5.
Yeah.
Commit the pursuit, I guess. Commit all cards on this.
I just don't understand why we're not using Sense of Morals. I don't understand.
You didn't gain 2 yet.
5. And then we'll commit the Fallen Angels. These are attacked at less than
I don't get what kind of game plan that we'd have.
Fancy.
on a 6. 5.
Okay.
If it's not completely blocked, I'm going to commit your character. Oh. Boo. Should commit your other 2 cards. Bad.
Yeah, okay, so we're on the reversal. I'm trying to think of what world we wouldn't want to re-ready stuff. I'm not living in it. Novice Soleil says that it's going to re-ready 2 foundations that we had committed. It could have
Mortal
been
knowledge.
the Friends and Rivals, but we opted not to play those. We're going to give it a little bit of extra damage. We're going to give it a little extra speed. And,
0 speed.
we are going for the
Right,
block.
that's Pass.
Ready up to 2 cards have been ready.
Sure. Pass.
So it is a 1 high for 5 currently. So on the 4, it checks. Okay.
Commit one of your foundations. Don't block my things.
It's gonna happen, man. I mean, at least you're making me do this now, so. Good
On
for
a
you.
5, 6, 7. 5. Respond Tim Keefe 6, 7. This looks fine. Why is that? Why did you commit a foundation to do that?
No, I don't have anything. I'll stun one. I don't have anything to commit, so.
Well, I mean, you should. There's just misplays all over the place with this one. Moving on to the power flip.
Yours.
Minus 2.
This has +3.
This is what happens when you don't play games in 2 weeks, guys. Okay, so we got an extra 3 damage off of the Cherub Cyclone, which is good. It got -2 speed, soon to be 3 speed. And the cards inside of Sophitia's card pool don't count towards progressive.
Drop the homie.
Check for
It checks. We're going to gain 2 vitality, go back up to 18. Kind of insane how that works. Could add the face down and put him back to 8 foundations.
Pass.
We have a second power flip play. Be kind of good.
Oops, that says
This says that we don't. We have the low block and that's it. This is. We could toss all of this into EX. And maybe, and just a maybe, get there. So now I've got our missile launcher.
You're at 8?
We give this thing 4 speed. We EX it another 4. It's gonna get -2, -3.
Don't judge
So
me.
it's
You got minus like a
8
million
load.
speed over there, so I'll give it 4 speed.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's not hard. That has to be the first point. I do have -1 billion speed.
I know you do. You have literally -5, yeah.
He has -3
So I can just
speed.
take 2 off right now.
Oh, he's got -5
Okay.
because of poolside.
I'll give it to.
Mega Shield first.
What?
It's free. Would you not Mega Shield?
You're
You
right.
want the
I mean, you're right.
foundation.
You're right.
And I -1.
I'll
We have to EX this, I believe.
EX2.
Twice, giving it. Oh, it only gets +4. We only had 1 momentum. I definitely thought we had 2. 6, 7, 8.
Guess that's the
Cheers.
pass.
Oh, he's not doing minus anymore.
It's in case you have another attack somehow. It's just a slight chance, you know?
Yeah,
I'll send somewhere else.
Yep.
Yours.
I pass.
I'll pass.
9, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Completely block the missile launcher.
You'll take 4.
No,
Oh.
he does not take 4. It is a low block.
I thought it was a
I
mid
got
for some
real
reason.
worried, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sophitia, respond.
Committed on the last
Yep.
card. Okay. And so now we have to see what Jeff can do build-wise. We have
How do I pass?
+4 progressive.
Block.
By checking the 8.
Again, Jeff, if
Yeah, I think this might just be a 2-0 Tim Keefe versus Sophitia.
This
Play
doesn't
that
deal
though.
8 damage, but actually, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It does 10 damage, my dude. Oh, I made a check. That's right.
Play this because why not?
On a 4. It checks, and we're good. We, throughout the course of that turn, lost 1 foundation,
Because again, your only scary attacks are
and
Hey.
only one of those can go to our
You still good?
momentum. Only one. Oh, I guess one was a throw, huh? So they both did damage. Okay. I think the only way we do this is if Sophitia whiffs and then we draw dead. It does not look like we have drawn dead, but we have drawn a reversal, and knowing James, we are
Good.
going to keep those as
you do.
reversals. Yeah, it does not. I don't believe that James is going to be in a hurry to play those.
Yeah.
Unless this is a shotgun, which it is not. James is just going to build here because he knows that his defense is rock solid. And being able to turn off his opponent's turn is way better than just doing like 10 to
What?
14 damage.
No, I just meant like I'm not gonna make it real difficult on you.
Oh.
Checks 2 power attacks
Which are the 2 passives you want to?
and then is good. Tim Keefe can find a win here if we find Dark Chirito.
Then I would have 3 attacks.
I believe he actually
Well,
drew
about
all
that.
gray.
Go
Which
ahead and
means that we
build.
just
I have
play
control
the
over your
best cards that we
foundations.
can, since Immortals is one of those cards.
Why am I
Besides
building
Spirit
this?
Shotgun, what deadlock do we have?
I commit a lot of
We have
things to
Spirit
it.
Shotgun as deadlock, and I believe that's it. That is the only deadlock card that we have in our deck. We should not be afraid of
It's not
deadlock
supposed to be the long
whatsoever.
game, okay? The next
Yeah.
one's the long game.
Should not be afraid of deadlock whatsoever.
Do you want to play Combat Ash or Seneca?
None of them. What am I doing? I'm at 6.
Okay.
Wish we were already done.
Oh, now I gotta continue playing cards.
Yeah, that's usually how the game goes.
Overly dramatic here is really important because it is actual
Sure.
deadlock pressure.
Stick with that.
It says that just having a build turn
Nightmare
is
Terrors or Seneca?
just not good enough.
I think you know.
You keep the Nightmare Tears, obviously. Yep.
Like, I block for free too. That's no problem. Is I already block for free. Like this one's really cool, but it does the same thing as this.
I have a card that says EX3 though.
Yeah. That's cool. You get 2 momentum.
That's a lot.
Plus 6. I get -5 on a basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw attacks, please.
And it would still be on a 4 instead of a 3.
Okay. From here, I believe that the game might be over. It
What?
really depends on how Selinka, or how, excuse me, they said Selinka and they got me confused. How Sophitia wants to play this. She could play her Raptor rushes and then play the shotgun, and it'd be very good. Because I am not positive she's allowed to build here. She has to do some sort of game plan push.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have the Raptor Rush back out. This card's really cool aggressively because it lets
Feel the
you
other one.
Nope. dictate excuse me, it lets you
Here's-
dictate where your attacks are going to be going. So we're probably just going to keep them high. The point of this is just to put pressure on, put symbols in my card pool so that I can just play shotguns.
200 episodes of pictures.
Yeah, just a couple 6 high for 8s. That's just like really potent all by itself.
We will
I guess it's 6, 7 high for 8s.
commit a face up.
Shit, what's going on with Omega?
Pass.
If it's not blocked, I'll change the zone the next attack to any other zone, and then your next attack gets 0 speed.
Pass.
Okay. Once again, I don't actually know how... I guess I don't know how Tim Keefe loses this
I'd
one,
say-
huh? As long as he can check well. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Interesting. All of those cards are playable while committed. Makes a check to commit the overly dramatic. This is really, really good for Tim because he's going to be able to keep that overly dramatic for the rest of forever. We maybe have another Raptor Rush coming. It depends on what Sophitia. That one didn't do any damage. So if we can continue to push damage through. My issue is I don't see how it's gonna happen.
6.
I'm not actually positive I would have done this. Maybe from here we double friends and rivals and commit the last cards. But this does mean that we now have 5 cards that can be re-readied with Sense of Morals.
Nah.
Or 2 foundations. First advance, +1 damage.
Check with Sense and re-ready a face down or the overly dramatic. Overly dramatic can cancel Sophitia. Be fine with it.
2 speeds.
Cancel that with Sophitia if you can. It's either that or we wait and cancel the one with shotgun. And don't let shotgun have the 2 speed. So maybe the answer is we actually just take this one. He needs to gain 2 stat. Amen. That's his choice. I doubt James misses that trigger. He's fairly good about that. This is an interesting call. Okay. He actually committed the extra cards. Put it back to printed is interesting. Okay, apparently we have decided not to gain our 2. Alright, trouble beat. Out of OG at $5.
Send it for 10.
A7. Respond.
Okay. So here's where I'm just a wee bit worried. If we play the shotgun here, we might actually just kill him, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess we have minus damage. Okay. I guess shotgun's not the best play here just because of the minus damage. It looks like okay.
6.
And 10. Okay. Okay.
5 damage.
Sense Morals.
Crazy.
Sense Morals.
Crazy. Actually insane that we have missed every Sense of Morals check but one this turn.
Hell's Reach.
+1 damage. Speed.
We still have to give it 2 more damage off of the owl shield to be worried. My personal opinion is we actually just, like, I don't know. I wouldn't have held reach here. I would have made him throw an extra attack. What are you doing? Just make sure it's not lethal. Why would you do that? You could just use the fusion refusal to put it to -2.
As much as you do, so I guess.
It's gonna come down to a check. I could play it safe if I wanted to, but I'd just rather make the check and win or lose.
Huh. It's an interesting choice to have made.
It's a 1 low block.
He is not in deadlock, I don't believe.
You have 2 foundations.
He is, yeah. He could have just blown up.
You don't have it? Check the 6,
Man,
check
they're
the
both
6.
just determined to throw
I
this,
don't
huh?
need to check with 6. I have another use. I've only used this once. The 7.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that was the game. Spirit Shotgun's pretty good, but it's even better when you don't reduce the damage by 2. Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next game. See ya.
Bye.